Hello, this monthly Marvel is all about what we can learn from our enemies. Eric Hoffer has this to say about enemies. You can discover what your enemy fears most by observing the means he uses to frighten you. You can discover what your enemy fears most by observing the means he uses to frighten you. Eric Hoffer. Now, I have struggled with enemies like the next man or woman, and I have not cared for their words, their views about me, the way they can dig at me and prod me and make me feel small. But enemies provide a gift, especially if a person says something to you that offends you, deeply offends you, and you consider that person to be an enemy. What they're really doing is showing you two things. They're showing you something that you believe about yourself to be true. For example, if I tell the tall person that they're very, very skinny, they're a very skinny person, and this tall person is very happy with their body, very comfortable, they will hear the skinny remark, or the fat remark for that matter. It won't bother them at all. They think, well, that's a strange thing to say. Don't know why you want to say that. Water off a duck's back. Whereas if the tall person, has got a weight issue, either they think they're too thin or they think they're too fat or whatever, then this comment will insult them and offend them and how dare they say that. There is the education. It shows you what you fear about yourself. But it also shows what this person fears about themselves too. Quite often someone will insult you, or you will talk about a situation to them and they will get angry about it because it's revealing a fear that they have about their life. And so quite often people, not knowingly, will laugh about you're so foolish, or you're so clumsy, or you're so guileless, or think of an insult that someone has for you. This is what they fear about themselves, and they can't bear to think about it in terms of themselves, so they will insult you. Instead, it makes them feel better. They're addressing the issue that they have about themselves, but they're not making it about themselves, they make it about you. It's interesting when you look at your enemy like that and how much information they provide you. Imagine this friendly, loving, supportive, always happy, always smiling friend that you may or may not have in your life. Do they insult you? Do they belittle you? Do they find fault with you? And the chances are no, they do not. And why? Not because they're nice, but because they're okay about themselves. They're okay with themselves. They may have a temper, they may be a little bit fat, they may not be as healthy as they would like to be, they may have another issue, but they're okay. They're okay with it. And because they're okay with it, they don't need to project it onto you or somebody else. They don't need to insult you. In fact, they do not become an enemy. And whilst it's good, they're your friend, enemies provide information about what you fear and about what they fear. That is what I say, and that is why we should welcome enemies, in inverted commas, as the gift that they are, to shine a light on what pains you and what pains them also. That's what I say. What do you say when somebody insults you or cuts you down with a comment and you don't like it? Urgh. What do you say when that happens? How do you treat that as a gift, or do you really wish this person would, well, disappear? What do you say? I'm with Eric Hoffer. You can discover what your enemy fears most by observing the means he uses to frighten you. Eric Hoffer. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.